They call it the Emerald Isle, and from up here, it's easy to see why. A land of misty mountains, endless green pastures and coastlines carved by the hands of time. But this is more than just a postcard-perfect landscape. It's a place where myths and history intertwine, where the people are as warm as a crackling pub fire, and where every meal, every song, and every stone in the road has a story to tell. Welcome to Ireland. In this video, we're going to take you on a journey across this enchanting island, from ancient castles to vibrant cities, from the cliffs of Moher to the wilds of Connemara and the mystery of the Giant's Causeway. We'll explore the history, the culture, the food, and of course, the legendary Irish spirit. So grab a cup of tea, or maybe a pint of Guinness, and let's get started. Our journey begins in Dublin, the capital city, where cobblestone streets hum with the sounds of buskers, poets, and storytellers. It's a city of contrasts, historic yet modern, grand yet intimate. Walk along the River Liffey and you'll pass iconic landmarks like the High Penny Bridge, Trinity College, and the towering spire of St. Patrick's Cathedral. And speaking of Trinity College, this is home to the famous Book of Kells, an illuminated manuscript created by monks over 1,000 years ago. It's a masterpiece of Celtic art, and if you love history, it's a must-see. But no visit to Dublin is complete without experiencing its pub culture. The Irish have perfected the art of conversation, and there's no better place to soak in the atmosphere than in a cozy, dimly lit pub. Order a pint of Guinness. It tastes different here, smoother, creamier, fresher. And if you're lucky, you'll stumble into a traditional music session where fiddles, flutes, and bodhráns, that's the Irish drum, come together in a symphony of pure joy. Leaving the city behind, we head west to the Wild Atlantic Way, a 2,500-kilometer coastal route stretching from Donegal in the north to Cork in the south. And here, nature takes center stage. Wild, windswept, and wonderful, Donegal is Ireland's best-kept secret. From the soaring cliffs of Slieve League to the golden beaches of Portsalona, this county is a dream for those looking to escape the crowds. Donegal town itself is a charming spot with a castle right in the center, and if you're looking for a scenic drive, the Inishowen Peninsula is as stunning as it gets. Over to the northwest, where Sligo and Ballina serve up some of Ireland's most stunning coastal scenery. Sligo, known as Yeats Country after the famous poet, is home to Benbulben, a table mountain straight out of a fantasy novel. If you're into surfing, head to Strandhill Beach, where the Atlantic serves up some serious waves. Meanwhile, just across the county border, Ballina is famous for salmon fishing, lively pubs, and its annual music festivals. If you want to see Ireland in its rawest, wildest form, then Connemara is the place to start, located in the west. This is a land of rugged mountains, glassy lakes, and seemingly endless bogs. The 12 Bens mountain range cuts across the landscape, creating a hiker's paradise, while the sky reflects perfectly in the still waters of Killary Harbour, Ireland's only fjord. Drive the winding roads and you'll stumble upon little white cottages, windswept beaches, and maybe even a Connemara pony or two. This is Ireland untouched, where nature calls the shots. Now let's talk about Galway, a small city with a big heart. Known for its arts, music, and festivals, this is where you'll find Ireland's bohemian soul. Wander through the Latin Quarter and you'll be greeted by vibrant murals, quirky shops, and some of the best seafood in the country. Try a bowl of fresh Galway Bay oysters. Salty, briny, and delicious. And don't forget to check out the Claddagh area, where the famous Irish Claddagh ring originated. Love, loyalty, and friendship. 3 words that sum up Galway perfectly. Galway is also home to some of the best traditional music in Ireland. And the best part? No stage, no fancy setup. Just musicians gathered around a table playing for the love of it. If you've never heard a room full of people singing along to the Fields of Athenry, prepare for goosebumps. These are the Cliffs of Moher, one of Ireland's most famous sights. Rising over 700 feet above the Atlantic, these cliffs have stood for millions of years, battered by wind and sea. On a clear day, you can see the Aran Islands in the distance. On a stormy day, the wind is so strong it could lift you off your feet. But what makes the west of Ireland truly special is the slower pace of life. Stop by a village pub, and you might find yourself deep in conversation with a local who has a story or two to share. Perhaps about a long-lost shipwreck or a mischievous ferry that supposedly haunts the hills. Just off the coast of Galway, the Aran Islands feel like a different world. These three rugged islands, Innismore, Innismain, and Innisur, are dotted with ancient stone forts, windswept cliffs, and a way of life that has changed little in centuries. Hop on a bike and explore the limestone landscape. Say hello to a few friendly donkeys, and take in the breathtaking view from Dún an Hassam, a prehistoric fort that clings to the edge of a sheer cliff. Heading south, we arrive in Dingle, a town so full of life and character, you might never want to leave. Known for its colorful streets, incredible seafood, and warm-hearted locals, Dingle is a perfect slice of Irish charm. And let's not forget the drive along the Dingle Peninsula. Breathtaking cliffs, ancient beehive huts, and views that make you feel like you've reached the edge of the world. Oh, and if you visit a pub here, don't be surprised if the bartender starts singing. It's just what they do in Dingle. Next stop, Killarney. Nestled in County Kerry, Killarney is home to Ireland's first national park, a place where waterfalls, ancient woodlands, and wild deer make you feel like you've stepped into a fairy tale. Take a boat ride across Lough Lean, cycle through the Gap of Dunlow, or explore the 15th century Ross Castle. Whether you're looking for adventure or just a quiet moment by the lake, Killarney delivers in every season. Cork, Ireland's second largest city, is a paradise for food lovers. The English market with its fresh produce and mouth-watering cheeses is a must-visit. But beyond the city, the true magic of County Cork lies in its coastal villages. Places like Kinsale, where colorful houses line the harbor and seafood is served fresh off the boat. And then there's Blarney Castle, home to the famous Blarney Stone. They say if you kiss it, you'll be gifted with the gift of the gab. Essentially, the ability to talk your way out of anything. Just be prepared to hang upside down to reach it. Moving east, we step back in time. Ireland's ancient east is dotted with castles, monastic ruins, and mysterious stone circles. This is the Rock of Cashel, once the seat of the High Kings of Ireland. Legend has it that St. Patrick himself came here to convert the kings to Christianity. If castles, medieval history, and a good pint of Smithwick's beer sound like your thing, then Kilkenny is your spot. This city is like stepping into the pages of a history book, with Kilkenny Castle standing proudly at its heart. Stroll down the medieval mile, check out the 13th century St. Canasis Cathedral, and explore the town's many artisan shops. It's old world Ireland with a youthful energy. Crossing into Northern Ireland, Portrush is a seaside town with stunning beaches and world-class golf. But the real showstopper here is the Giant's Causeway, a UNESCO World Heritage Site made up of thousands of interlocking basalt columns. Legend has it that it was built by an Irish giant named Finn McCool. The scientific explanation is volcanic activity. Either way, it's one of the most mesmerizing places on Earth. You can't talk about Ireland without mentioning its whiskey. Bushmills Irish whiskey is one of the oldest and most iconic whiskeys in the world. Distilled in the village of Bushmills, County Antrim, the old Bushmills distillery, which traces its origins back to 1608, continues to craft its signature smooth triple distilled whiskey. Take a tour of the distillery and explore the traditional production process, from mashing and fermentation to aging in oak casks. The experience includes whiskey tastings, making it a must-visit destination for whiskey lovers exploring the scenic Causeway Coast. And finally, Belfast, A city once defined by its troubled past, today it's a hub of culture, creativity, and innovation. Visit the Titanic Belfast Museum, take a black taxi tour to understand the city's history, and grab a pint in one of its historic pubs. The people of Belfast have a resilience and humor that make this city one of the most welcoming in the world. Irish food has come a long way. Sure, the potato is still a staple, but the culinary scene here is thriving. Start your day with a full Irish breakfast: bacon, sausage, eggs, black pudding, white pudding, and soda bread. It's hearty, filling, and the perfect cure for, well, any late-night pints you may have had. And if you're by the coast, don't miss out on the seafood. Irish waters are rich with fish, oysters, and mussels. A steaming bowl of seafood chowder, thick and creamy, is like a warm hug in a bowl. But more than anything, what makes Ireland special is the people. The Irish are natural storytellers, witty, welcoming, and always up for a chat. Ask for directions and you might get a full history lesson. Order a drink and you might make a new friend. There's an old Irish saying, "There are no strangers here, only friends you haven't met yet." And that couldn't be more true. From the wild cliffs of the west to the warmth of a Dublin pub, from ancient castles to music-filled streets, Ireland is a place that stays with you. So whether you come for the scenery, the history, the crack, or just a good pint of Guinness, one thing's for sure, you'll leave with a story. And if you don't, well, you weren't listening hard enough. Sláinte.